What's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZLN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Lakers' big win tonight or this afternoon. By the time you guys see this, is an afternoon game for the Lakers. And I just had to say, what a dominating win for the Lakers, I have to say. I mean, they went out there, beat the Pelicans to end the 2023-2024 regular season 124 to 108. What a good way for the Lakers to end their season on a strong note. Going out there, getting a big win, and not only getting a big win, but securing themselves with the eighth seed, and now they just had to go and compete for the potential play-in tournament again with the Pelicans. Once again, they're staying in New Orleans, New Orleans. So it's another matchup where the Lakers just have to once again play against the Pelicans and go out there and beat them again on Tuesday, so they can not only secure themselves for a potential playoff seed, but to move up in the standings once again for the Lakers to, go for the seventh seed in the Western Conference if they beat the Pelicans on Tuesday. If they don't, the Lakers obviously need to compete with either the Kings or the Warriors in the second round of the play-in to get the secure themselves for the eighth seed. It's another scenario. I just got a comment on my post on YouTube about it, and I just had to make sure if you all are aware of what's the circumstances for the Lakers going into the play-in if they don't get through the first round of beating the Pelicans on Tuesday. They have another try for the eighth seed in the second round of the play-in, and they will either face the Kings or the Warriors. But there's a guaranteed chance, and I have full faith in the Lakers going into Tuesday that they will get past the Pelicans again, and they will get the seventh seed once again. So, it's just another scenario there. But, I just had to say, guys, it was a dominating night, and I think the Lakers will do it again. They actually, went out there and dominated and got the big win to end their season on a strong note. What a great win for the Lakers, guys. And just getting comments coming in from Daniel. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I mean, it was, what's up to you? And, it was a great win. Absolutely. It was, they needed this win. They needed this win so they can secure themselves for either the seventh seed or the eighth seed. If they would have lost tonight, they would have had to compete with either the Warriors or the Kings for the ninth and 10th seed. It's kind of weird how things going into the play-in for the ninth and 10th seeders, but it's for the eighth seed if that was the case for the Lakers, because they would have gone for two rounds. But now things are looking good for the Lakers. They will have to either, um, you know, they have to, beat the New Orleans Pelicans on Tuesday so they can have the seventh seed. But I think there's a guaranteed chance that they will. But I just wanted to get started with that. I don't know, I went that route, but I just had to make sure everyone is aware of what's going down going into Tuesday play-in tournament matchup. Okay, so I just want to put that out there because I got a question about it in my community tab, and I felt that I needed to clarify some things for those of you who don't know about the play-in tournament and how it goes. So, it is the reality. The Lakers just have to beat the New Orleans Pelicans on Tuesday so they can get the seventh seed. If not, they have to compete with the Kings in the second round or the Warriors in the second round to get the eighth seed, secure themselves to the eighth seed. And there's a lot of talks, there's a lot of talks that we've been hearing about from a lot of Laker fans that, the Lakers should lose intentionally on Tuesday against the New Orleans Pelicans so they can avoid the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs. I find that preposterous. I find it blasphemous, whatever you want to call it. I think that it's the best route for the Lakers to go out there and feel confident, beat the New Orleans Pelicans, get the seventh seed, and compete against the Denver Nuggets, the reigning champs, in the first round of the playoffs. So just get them out the way. Go out there, dominate with a healthy LeBron James. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard during his post game interview, but he basically said that he is more healthier than he was last year in the beginning of the postseason. So talk about the confident LeBron James going into uh, the first round of the playoffs, being confident and feeling healthy, ready to go and face whichever team that comes his way in the first round, and obviously it's going to be the reigning champs of the Denver Nuggets. So, it's just one of those type of moments where I feel really, and I think most Laker fans feel it, but majority of them think that we should face teams like OKC, the Timberwolves, that those type of teams because those are easy winnable matchups. Uh, which I don't. Any team you face in the playoffs, it's going to be challenging. I mean, just because the Memphis Grizzlies was a cakewalk for the Lakers last year and the Warriors doesn't mean that they are a team to be reckoned with. I mean, there's a lot of teams going into this playoffs. They're our team to be reckoned with. When it comes down to it. So I am very excited. I have to say, when it comes to the Lakers' chances going into the play-in and going to the playoffs, because just the confidence that they have. I think once playoff comes around, we're going to see a whole different playoff team from this Lakers team. Regular season, it was up and down. It's been stressful at times, 47 wins and 35 losses. But at the same time, I mean, injuries played a big role in the Lakers' success, and obviously, at the end of the day, this was a good, talented team, when it came down to it. And, kudos to, I guess you could say, Darvin Ham for still having a winning record as as a new head coach, fresh head coach. So, it's just another scenario where we have to consider that. But, you know, it is another scenario where, the Lakers just have to go into the playoffs and dominate like they did tonight and just play ball, play great offensively, try to play good defense. And that's what it is so far going into um, the play in and obviously the postseason. But what a great regular season. I have to say, there was some downs, really bad downs, but, the good thing is the Lakers got, you know, um, the in season tournament championship. That's good about that. But you know, when it comes down to it, so I want to read some more comments here before I get into the team stats of what we saw in tonight's win against the Pelicans and my expectations going into the play-in and the matchups potentially against the Denver Nuggets and if the Lakers do win on Tuesday. So um because according to I think Bleacher Report, they have the Lakers ranked as the underdogs going into the Tuesday's matchup against the Pelicans for a rematch, when it comes down to it. So it is just another scenario there for and I'll get to that in just a bit. But before anything, like always, please be sure to follow me all across social media and of course hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all the love support you guys have shown me all across social media and of course on this channel, ZLN on YouTube. Once again, hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And without further ado, we're going to get into some of the comments and obviously from Daniel. I really appreciate you commenting on here. For those of you who are joining me, please be sure to comment in this live stream so we can get into the conversations on here. I really appreciate it. I'd rather face OKC. Yeah, we all wanted to, obviously. And, it was just so competitive in this Western Conference. They have been so competitive, when it comes down to it. I mean, even the top teams in the Western Conference, they were being competitive. I mean, they all tied in records for the number one seed. And where things turned out today, it seemed that it's nothing has changed, when it comes to the standings. Now, obviously, maybe it changed for the Nuggets, moving up because the Suns did beat the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight or this today. So it's just one of those moments where you know some teams did better than the others, and obviously the Lakers did better. Moving up or not moving up, stay with where they're at within the standings, but they're going to compete for the seventh seed in the play-in tournament. So it is. It's just something that we obviously would rather love to have for sure in the first round of the playoffs. But at the same time, there's hurdles. We have to face some really tough teams ahead. When it comes to facing the uh, the reigning champs, and just obviously that's going to be the matchup for sure going into you know for sure Tuesday. When it comes down to it, but or excuse me, once we finish the Pelicans on Tuesday, it's going to be Denver Nuggets for sure. And yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah. Or you trying to meant to say that. I'm seeing your comments, Adam. I really appreciate you joining, man. Uh, you know, we have to go all out to beat the Pelicans Tuesday. I understand. I get it, what you're coming from. I don't care who we're playing. Yeah. I mean, because I actually tuned in on Lakers Nation, and their comment section of their live streams were calling for the Lakers to lose Tuesday against the Pelicans, which I found it very stupid. I have to say, because this is the Los Angeles Lakers we're talking about. I mean, this is a franchise that don't don't lose on purpose. They don't. So they always win. So I find it very, you know, laughable when I was seeing the comment section, and people are saying that we should lose so we can avoid the Denver Nuggets in the first round, and it's just ridiculous to hear that. I mean, it's just you know, get the seventh seed, show that you are ready to, face the Denver Nuggets, the reigning champs, and go out there with vengeance in your eyes, or go out there and just, once playoff comes around after the play-in, um, go into Denver and get a win. Go out there and play your butt off in the first round so you can beat the toughest team in the Western Conference, and then go into the divisional round and face some easy teams in the Western Conference, and go into the conference finals and beat either the OKC Thunder, or maybe the Minnesota Timberwolves, that type of matchups, which I think will be easy cakewalk for the Lakers if they just get through the tough part of a first round, and then in the Denver Nuggets, and just go into the other divisional round, and the other rounds, and go into the NBA Finals as champs. And then obviously we get to face the Celtics, or maybe the Bucks, or I don't know, maybe Miami. You never know, but it is. It is the type of talks that I just had to say. I find it laughable that if the Lakers should lose to the Pelicans on Tuesday so they can get the eighth seed, but you never know who you're going to face in the second round. It's either the Warriors or the Kings, and the Lakers have a huge track record of losing many games against the Kings, and I mean they can't find the formula to beat the Kings. So I would rather beat the Pelicans, get the seventh seed, and know who I'm facing in the Denver Nuggets, because there's been times, throughout this regular season that we came up so short, so short against the Denver Nuggets. There were like probably two matchups that I had to think about, when it comes to the facing the Denver Nuggets, uh, you know, in the regular season, that we really came out so short against them. It was when LeBron scored his 40,000 career points, we were leading in the first half. And, going to the third quarter, it just, things kind of collapsed at that particular moment. I mean, we struggled against the Kings, for sure. And I'm seeing the comment coming in from Daniel just right now. We struggled against the Kings, but we weren't great against the Warriors. I mean, this year either. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure, I get it. But when it comes to Denver Nuggets, I think the Lakers know who we're facing against the Denver Nuggets. It's just they need to learn how to, finish the job. When it comes to and third and fourth quarter situations. So, but the Kings, they can't find the formula. I don't know why. It's just type of things where Lakers just need to learn how to um, know who they're playing against. And I think once playoff comes around, I mean, it is coming around for sure. I mean, but at the same time, it's just once playoff is around, the Lakers will let it up. I truly believe so because LeBron has a you know huge history, of just competing in the playoffs, and it's and I think a healthy LeBron James beginning of the postseason will be great to watch for sure when it comes down to it. So, um, but yeah, I mean the Warriors. I mean they're no cakewalk. I mean they are a good competitive team. I mean we saw how well they were competing for the last couple of like 12, 14 games. They were winning games that they should not win. When it comes down to it. So they were being competitive, and this Western Conference, they have been competitive. Compared to the Eastern Conference, the Western Conference is a much competitive conference. When it comes down to it. So, um, but yeah, I mean, without a doubt, I mean, Lakers, if they somehow lose to the New Orleans Pelicans on Tuesday, they have another hurdle into either beat the Kings or the Warriors in the second round. And that's going to be a tough one, especially if they face the Kings in the second round. If they somehow beat the Warriors, I mean, because I think the Lakers can beat the Warriors. It just sort of depends on what type of night or what type of shooting night that the Warriors will have. I mean, obviously Steph will let it up for sure, Clay for sure, but there's other. I mean, I don't want to have an outlier type of shooting effort from Draymond Green once again when we had a couple of days ago. So, it's just another scenario where I just find that you know get the 7 seed. You know who you're going to be facing in the playoffs, in the reigning champs of the Denver Nuggets, and it's just it's just that type of scenario where I think Lakers know how to beat the Denver Nuggets. They just need to learn how to finish. They need to learn how to you know be competitive in the second half, in the fourth quarter, third quarter situation, because they know how to score in the first half against them. We witnessed that when the Lakers scored, when LeBron scored his 40th thousand career points. So um, that was a magical moment. I was ruining. We were all thinking that we were going to win that game, but obviously the Nuggets lit it up in the third quarter, and they scored, and they just came out of nowhere in the second half. So yeah, yeah, I just had to bring that up because it's just I just think the Lakers just know how to just find some sort of way to beat the Denver Nuggets. But when it comes to the Kings, they just can't. I don't know. There's been times in the regular season that we just couldn't beat the Kings, and the the one memorable loss, which was a disappointing one, was the first half. It was where the Lakers were leading at one point by 19 points, and then in the second quarter came around, their defense completely shut down, and they just allowed the Kings to score, and they cut that lead down, and they lost the lead, and they haven't recovered since then. So, but the Warriors, we beat them a couple of times this season. When it comes down to that, but I think the Denver Nuggets, I think the Lakers, it's there. I think they can beat them for sure. So we just have to wait and see. They have to get through the New Orleans Pelicans first to secure themselves for the 7 seed in the playoffs to face the Denver Nuggets. So, we just have to wait and see on that. I just want to read some comments here from Daniel. I want them to win the chip if they can get past the Denver Nuggets, OKC, and Suns. Celtics, I'd be fine. Yeah, I mean, we'll be fine for sure. I mean, that's the goal in mind, where I think, get rid of. the hard task first. Get rid of the Denver Nuggets first, the toughest team, or just basically the best team in the Western Conference, and um, and just beat them first. And then I don't want to say it's a cakewalk in the divisional rounds and the conference finals to face either the OKC Thunder or uh, the maybe the Suns. I mean, you never know. They could beat the Memphis Grizzlies, the the Minnesota Timberwolves. But that could be a possibility because the Suns have been red hot for sure. But the Lakers have beat them a couple of times. Um, this season. And so it's just another type of scenario where I think those will be cakewalks, but not. I just said it. It's not a cakewalk because they are in the playoffs, and these are teams that are competitive too. So Lakers just have to be prepared and ready to go to face those top teams. If they get past the Denver Nuggets, but that's the toughest task. First round, they had to beat the Denver Nuggets. So get them out the way, and then it's just an easier path if they want to get to the NBA Finals. Is to beat OKC and the Suns or slash the what do you call them? The Timberwolves. So, but the Celtics, I know we beat them once. I know we beat them once, and it was without LeBron and Anthony Davis, all thanks to Austin Reeves. And we'll get to the player stats in just a bit, but I wanted to get into the regular season and the postseason. And I really appreciate all of you for commenting and giving me your thoughts about what your opinions are. And I really love these conversations and kind of I kind of get so in depth in your conversations that I leave off some of the my analysis and thoughts about the game that we won tonight against the Pelicans, and what's the expectations going to Tuesday in the rematch against the Pelicans again. So, I really love these conversations. So just bear with me for a moment before I get into the stats of the game. But for sure, I mean, you know, if it would be great if the Lakers win a championship for sure this season. Because obviously LeBron, a couple of years left. He doesn't have, he still has the energy. I mean, Father Time doesn't seem creeping up on LeBron anytime soon. So, it's, but just winning a championship. I mean, this is his only moment because the West is going to get much stronger, much tougher, and what better way for you to win a championship now and then just for us to go into, I don't want to say rebuild because Lakers could potentially find another all-star in the off season. Whether it's Donovan Mitchell, Trey Young. I heard Kyrie Irving's in the mix. I don't know, but it's another scenario there that Lakers are going to find for sure. Somebody for sure. So, to pair up with LeBron and Anthony Davis, but we just have to wait and see. Lakers gonna have assets for sure going into the off season because of the New Orleans Pelicans um, draft switch that they decided to do. For those of you who haven't went yet, go watch the video that I uploaded. The Lakers will be keeping the 2024 draft pick in the first round instead of the 2025. Uh, the decisions all goes to the Pelicans. Ironically, when it comes to the trade for Anthony Davis, that's obviously going to be finalized in 2025. So, um, but yeah, I mean, the Lakers have assets. They can go for an all-star caliber player, and maybe that's how they can better themselves. If they don't somehow, you know, um, get past the Denver Nuggets or just any team. But it would be nice if they just win it. But it sort of depends on the players on the team to show up, especially when it comes to D'Angelo Russell. All eyes are going to be on him. When it comes to the postseason, especially facing the Denver Nuggets, where he completely last year was a no-show. facing the Denver Nuggets last year in the Western Conference Finals. All eyes are going to be on him, and once if he shows up in Denver Nuggets matchup and we beat the reigning champs. He's going to get paid. You know, D'Angelo Russell is going to get paid over the summer because of his if he does show up and score and shoot against the reigning champs. So if he wants to get paid, this is his moment. That's what he needs to do when it comes to facing the Denver Nuggets. So, um, but yeah, for sure. I mean, we're all going to be watching D'Angelo Russell in the postseason. I want to read some more comments here. Let's see here. But I imagine Knicks go far. Yeah, I mean, let's see here. Oh, they're the second seed. Oh, good for them. They have a good winning record. Um, they're going to face the. Oh yeah, they're going to face the 76ers if they get past the Miami Heat in the play-in. Um, for sure. I mean, they're going to have a lot of success. And the Eastern Conference, I mean, they are not as loaded as what the Western Conference is. So, it's pretty predictable who will win in the Eastern Conference, when it comes down to it. I mean, the Celtics, as much as I hate them, I mean, they are a really good team, in the Western Conference, and they're probably going to go all the way, but obviously Jalen Brunson and the rest of the guys. I mean, it sucks that Julius Randle will not participate in the playoffs because he suffered an injury or went through surgery, and obviously he needs to recover, so he's not going to be participating in the playoffs. But Jalen Brunson, all by himself, is leading the team, and it's that say just great to see that type of performance out of him. But yeah, for sure. I mean, the next they can go all the way. Eastern Conference Finals for sure because the Milwaukee Bucks. They they have been a very frustrating team. When it comes down to it, I don't know if things will change once the postseason comes around, but they haven't been the type of competitive team that we expect out of them. But it is what it is. But I'm impressed with the Knicks for sure. Celtics seem scary, but playing in uh, the the Western conference is a big benefit. Yeah, the Lakers and in the Western Conference, they are much loaded and they are much competitive compared to the Eastern Conference. We can predict who will win in the Eastern Conference, but when it comes down to the Eastern Western Conference, it's so up in the air. You don't know who will win at all when it comes to Western Conference because this is a really good, talented Western Conference. Teams, all around. You know, uh, who knew the OKC Thunder will play the way that they did, and Denver, they already showing the NBA that they want to go for another championship type of thing. And the LA Clippers, I mean, they're being competitive too. Dallas Mavericks are being very competitive as well. And now recently with the Phoenix Suns, they were just the seventh seed a couple of hours ago, and now they secure themselves with the sixth seed, and now they're going to have I guess, a week off to just relax and just be, I guess, competitive, or not competitive, but I mean like preparing themselves for the potential matchup against the um, Minnesota Timberwolves. So but the Eastern Conference, I don't. This is just me. I mean, this is what I feel. I feel the Eastern Conference is not that competitive, but the Western Conference it is, and that's just me. When it comes down to it, and it's just so predictable. Who will win it all in the Eastern Conference? It's going to be the Celtics. When it comes down to it, but the West, you don't know. You don't know. I mean, last year it was a perfect example. The Lakers went into the first round, beat the number 2 seed in the Western Conference in the Memphis Grizzlies, and then they went into the divisional round to face the reigning champs at the time in the Golden State Warriors. They beat them, And the expectations going into the Western Conference Finals was that, the Lakers had beaten multiple times the Denver Nuggets throughout the years, and it was going to be a cakewalk. We got swept. And it was a bad scenario there. And, we Nuggets fans will not let that go, and just they will scream it out and through the rooftops that they swept the Lakers. And it's just, you know, we did not. I did not see that coming. I thought the Lakers were going to go all the way because of their success previously. When it comes to you know eliminating the top teams in the Western Conference at the time, but Nuggets they just came out of nowhere. So, um, but yeah, I mean, you know, that's my opinion about that. Let's see from Ghetto Rabbit. AD said there's no doubt that he's playing Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, there was a moment in the game where he had a scarce back issue that we saw, and that kind of put a lot of fear into a lot of Laker fans, including myself, that maybe he will not be ready to go for the play-in or be ready to go for the playoffs. But learning about the reports, the injury report, he's dealing with a back and hip spasms or something. So he's going to have. There's going to be 2 days, not 2 days off, but couple of days off. I mean, they have nowhere to go. They're going to remain in New Orleans because they're going to be facing them in the play-in. So they're staying put. There's no need to go travel. They're probably going to practice maybe like one game, one practice, and maybe just rest and just be ready to go for the Pelicans game. And it's good that Anthony Davis showing that confidence. That's the type of dog that we want to see out of our Lakers players. That they are ready to go for whoever they're facing in the in the playoffs. And that's the type of confidence I want to see from this Lakers team now and going into the postseason. The confidence that they can beat anybody in the Western Conference. And hearing what LeBron had to say, which really eased my confidence in this Lakers team, is that he uh, said that last year he wasn't healthy in the beginning of the playoffs, which obviously kind of you know questioned, because how well they played in the beginning of the postseason. But now when he says that he is much healthier now than he was last year going into the playoffs, it gives a lot of confidence. And especially having Anthony Davis, playing through injuries, and this is his career high of playing 76 of his games this season. So this is a career high for him. He only missed 6 games. I mean, talk about a guy who played through injuries as well. So, he basically shut all the critics up. He shut up all, you know, Charles Barkley. I mean, all those guys, calling them street clothes, all that. That's all out the window because he played all of his games. And he could be in the conversations for defensive player of the year. But, we just have to wait and see what the voting committee will announce. But I hope he gets it because he deserves it. Because we saw a lot of defensive efforts from Anthony Davis throughout this season, and even in this game against his former team. And he put up 30 points out there tonight and 11 rebounds, 2 steals out there tonight. I mean, he had a really good game against his former team in the Pelicans tonight. So what a good win. What a good win for Anthony Davis. I'm glad that he'll be healthy and ready to go. Not maybe not healthy. If he says that he's ready to go and he's confident of going, then he's healthy and ready to go for Tuesday's matchup for sure. So really can't wait for that. Let me read the analysis of the game before I end this live stream. Obviously tonight, guys, I mean, this was a good dominating performance from this Los Angeles Lakers team. I mean, they went out there tonight and made a statement that they wanted to be part of the 7 and 8 seed compensation for the first round of the play-in. And once again, they showed it tonight with a lot of efforts, when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, the Lakers shot 55% from the field. They did shoot around 37% from the three, but, obviously the Pelicans were the better shooting team going into this game. So, they shot 40% from the three. And making all of their free throws was really good for the Lakers when it comes down to it. And they were just leading the way throughout the first, second, and third quarter. They were just showing a lot of confidence in this game, dominance in this game. So, it's just kudos for Lakers to just continue to score, continue to just, gain the upper advantage going into this game and every single quarter. So, good job for the Lakers offensively tonight. 39 rebounds. They basically tied with the Pelicans tonight in rebounding. Offensive rebounds goes to the Pelicans with 10, with the Lakers 7. The steals. The Lakers had a really good, game tonight defensively. They had 12 steals because of the 19 turnovers from the Pelicans tonight. So this was a good game for Lakers defensively. So give them credit for that. And obviously 14 turnovers to the Pelicans 19. And the Lakers had 3 blocks out there tonight and 1 block for the Pelicans. So this was a dominating game for the Lakers when it came down to it. Um, just looking at the player stats, obviously the player of the game goes to Anthony Davis, as I mentioned. For him, the way that he did out there tonight, playing against his former team, dominated offensively for us and grabbing those rebounds. 11 rebounds out there tonight, 2 steals. And went 13 of 17 from the field. So his offense was just electric playing against his former team. And, we really need him. We really need him when it comes to the play in on Tuesday, playing against his former team, and obviously going into the playoffs, which I hope that he'll be strong and healthy, ready to go for the matchup against the reigning champs on Tuesday, because it is going to be a, a very good competitive first round for the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, this is where it all matters. You're going to beat potentially the reigning champs. I mean, that's the goal. Get them out the way, and then, like I said in the beginning of my, you know, my now my not my analysis, but my talk about the Lakers' playoff aspirations, is that you get rid of the tough team first. The second round in the Western Conference Finals will be technically cakewalks, when it comes down to it. So it would be that type of scenario for sure. But we just have to wait and see how things will turn out in the Western Conference. But it's going to be competitive for sure. Compared to the East, it's not so much. But the Western Conference is for sure going to be competitive, and the Lakers are going to be in that fold for sure. But I think it will be for sure a win on Tuesday. Knowing the confidence of this team and them, what they did tonight, I think they're going to show the same thing, not going anywhere. They're remaining in New Orleans. So, they're obviously going to be training for sure when it comes down to it. And I think they're going to have the full confidence in the world to just win Tuesday convincingly against the Pelicans. But just a great night for Anthony Davis. LeBron James also had a great night. 28 points out there tonight. Had 11 rebounds and a career high 13 plus assists in the first half. Talk about another milestone accomplishment for LeBron James in his 21st, at the end of his 21st season in the regular season for for LeBron James at age 39. Still showing that his skill set, his playmaking, and putting up triple doubles out there tonight. At the end of it, he had 17 assists out there tonight, had 11 rebounds, and 5 steals for the Lakers. So a very good, confident win and dominant performance for LeBron James. And I think he's going to show the same results going into Tuesday's matchup against the Pelicans for sure. I think he's going to be the guy that's going to step up for sure going into Tuesday. If Anthony Davis is going to, obviously he's going to play, but I think there's going to be a chance that maybe, he's not going to show the type of dominance that we will see, but I don't know, maybe we will You never know. It is against his former team, but obviously LeBron is going to show up for sure in Tuesday, without a doubt. But great job out there for LeBron out there tonight. Austin Reeves had a good game, putting up 20 points, not bad. Also, going 3 of 7 from the three and went 8 of 12 from the field. He had 2 steals and 1 block and 1 steal out there tonight. So great job out there for Austin Reeves out there tonight. D'Angelo Russell, 19 points, went 5 of 10 from the three. His shooting is going to be key going into the play-in and also going into the playoffs. All eyes are going to be drawn to D'Angelo Russell when it comes to playoff time. This is where he has to go out there and dominate. If he wants to get paid over the summer, whether if it's from the Lakers or somewhere else, beating the reigning champs in the Denver Nuggets, which everyone is predicting that they're going to win it all in the Western Conference. You beat them in the first round of the playoffs. Uh, talk about a payday for D'Angelo Russell when it comes down to it. So that's that. That's the confidence that we need to see from D'Angelo Russell going into the playoffs. And we're going to be talking more about D'Angelo Russell for the next couple of weeks to come. Once we reach the point of facing the Denver Nuggets in the first round. So lots of confidence that we have to see from this Lakers team. And D'Angelo Russell is the guy that needs to be that guy that show that confidence going against the reigning champs. Once we get past the New Orleans Pelicans in the play-in, so for the 7th seed, and it's just something that we obviously are looking forward to, and that's going to be the test for D'Angelo Russell. When it comes down to it, if you're good in the regular season, we need to see how you do in the postseason. So that's our hope. Rui Hachimura, he had an okay night, I guess. Had 11 points, went 5 of 10 from the field, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals out there tonight. I think once postseason comes around, we're going to see playoff Rui. Playoff Rui is going to be a dominant force in the postseason, especially in the first round. Once we face the Denver Nuggets, I think it is. The type of moment where that's what we need to see from him, and also from Austin Reeves. Also last year, who was our driving force? Sure, it was LeBron and Anthony Davis, but we also had a lot of help, and that was from Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves when it comes to their shooting efforts in the postseason. So my hope is that we will see that for sure from Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves for sure going into the postseason. I really can't wait for that, but I hope D'Angelo Russell is hearing all this, because he needs to be the guy that needs to step up for sure going into the postseason. But solid night um, for Rui Hachimura. The second unit, not a lot of efforts, I have to say. Torian Prince had 9 points. Spencer Dinwiddie had 7. But I think once the playoff comes around, I think we're going to have a lot of help from Spencer Dinwiddie when it comes to his defensive caliber skill set, when it comes down to that. And also his shooting, I think it will be very helpful going into the postseason. But, obviously, the one guy that, I have to say was a big disappointment this season was Gabe Vincent. But I think once the postseason comes around and, playoff time is, ready to go for the Lakers, I think Gabe Vincent will show up. Hopefully he does, because we obviously need him because he's has the reputation being a good playoff point guard, defensive guard, uh, caliber guy in the playoffs. So we just have to wait and see about that when it comes down to what he will bring to the table, in the postseason when it comes down to it. So we just have to wait and see. But everyone needs to step up in this on this Lakers team, especially the second unit, because we still don't have Christian Wood, and Cam Reddish is still going to be out, and also Vando. Vando is the key to the Lakers defense. He's still out due to injury, but you never know. Maybe he'll be ready to go for the postseason. But we just have to wait and see if the Lakers will have him back once postseason begins. after the play-in. So um, we just have to wait and see about that because he is key to the Lakers defense. Once he returns, the Lakers defense will lit up, for sure. So and also just bringing size. Christian Wood, will obviously help out the Lakers for sure. But um, defense as well when it comes to Cam Reddish. But we just have to wait and see. And lots of things are going to be riding on this Lakers team going into the postseason. And the first hurdle and the biggest hurdle will be against the Denver Nuggets, and it's going to be something. It's going to be something to watch. And first we have to get through the Pelicans, on Tuesday in the play-in, for us to be thinking about the possibilities and the confidence and the motivations for the Lakers to step up in uh, for the postseason against them, the reigning champs. So, but yeah, guys, I mean, I really appreciate all of you for joining me on this live stream. Once again, I want to thank Adam. I want to thank Ghetto Rabbit and Daniel for you guys' comments that we had on here. And we went for 45 minutes, 46 minutes on here. So, it is great to be talking to every single one of you. And once again, I know this is a late live stream, but no other way for us to talk about the Lakers than now. So I really appreciate all of you for joining me. And let's just show the support and show a lot of, you know, uh, optimism for this Lakers team going into the postseason. And obviously on Tuesday when we face the Pelicans again, and win on Tuesday for the seventh seed. That is the type of way where you know everything will be tested for this Lakers team. The whole notion going into the playing the regular season was that Lakers they're not playing the way that they are is because they want to get to the postseason so they can let up their greatness. Once we're in the postseason area right now, we can get, we'll have to see it to believe it type of scenario now. So, uh, you know, it's going to be very interesting, very fun to watch what this Lakers team will be in the postseason when we face the reigning champs. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for sure. But first, we have to get through the Pelicans on Tuesday to make that happen. So I really appreciate all of you for joining me once again. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. And thank you all so much for the love, support you guys have shown me all across social media and the regular season. You guys have been nothing but sensational. Just a great audience. I really appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown me. And, thank you, Ghetto Rabbit. Good night to you. I really appreciate your love and support you have shown me, and all of you for showing me on this live stream. And of course, all over social media on this channel. You guys are amazing. And what a great regular season. Lakers 47 wins and 35 losses. It should have been a better record due to the circumstances of, you know, injuries playing a big role, bad coaching, and just. But the good thing is we won the first ever in-season tournament cup. We can just you know consider that as a success for the regular season. But it could have been better. After the fact. But it is what it is. The season is over. Now, what's really important in hand, and that is to get through the play-in, beat the Pelicans, and be prepared and ready to go for the postseason, where a lot of things are riding on this Lakers team to, let it up in the postseason. And what better way for you to do it than to beat the reigning champs in the Denver Nuggets in the first round? But we will get into more talks about that particular matchup very soon if the Lakers beat the Pelicans on Tuesday, which I have full confidence that they will. But sort of remains to be seen how things will turn out. But you know, we just have to wait and see how things will turn out on Tuesday. So uh, stay tuned, though. Hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.